Yeah, it's that buttery fiend King Flora, and today we're going to talk about boats. There was a time when we had no
This
boats.
goes out to that
The
bitch
only
ass
way you
Winston.
could get across the ocean
A YouTube
was by
video with
swimming
some
on top of a
creativity. That
ghost.
YouTube video, of course, is
All
But
you
now
titled
we
do
have
Not a Real
yachts,
G
we've
music
boats,
video. And
think
and
today
we
we're
we've
going to be
canoes.
watching that YouTube video
just
together.
So if you
the
want to go
creativity in this
somewhere,
video
you
is
can
to
let
the
loose
fucking
and get on one of them. Man, I love boats, because without boats, you'd be stranded. We'd probably never discover new lands, or never be able to fish, and we'd all die from starvation. You know, if it wasn't for boats, we'd be living
Fuck
in a
gloves,
broke
apparently
nation,
he fucks
because Ireland gets a lot of its
stuffed
income
animals.
from the fishing
Okay.
industry. Man, fuck boy run his mouth, I'm gonna leave this clip in T, and I'm gonna blow him up
You
in
never
his
know. This
face.
man could be the next Eminem. This guy
King
could be the
Flora.
next Tupac. This guy could be the next Hitler.
Start
you never
worrying
know,
about
man. I mean, shit, if you really think about
recycling,
it,
because there's a
gangsters
lot
shoot
of
people,
chemical
right?
waste in the
School
ocean,
shooters also shoot people.
and we need boats.
Number speaking number 2, Dudewithswag.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's your boy, Dudewithswag, Sleepy Boys gang. How's it going, in?
Right. Okay, so today we're gonna do another episode of the Umbra podcast, and we got Dudewithswag live with us here. Dudewithswag, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm not too bad, man. It's not nighttime for you, is it?
It's like 6. That could be considered evening, I guess.
I suppose, yeah. It's in the winter and shit.
Yeah, in the winter, yeah. Gosh, it is midnight there.
A few minutes past, yeah.
Which I suppose sort of leads me to my first question. I was gonna ask, what is like sort of the daily routine of Dudewithswag? Like, what would you say is your average day-to-day life?
Well, it varies during the week and the weekend, but during the week, you gotta get your 8 hours sleep from 11 to 7, and then I go work from 9 to 5, and then, you come back, make beats, meet up with friends, do the same thing the next day. All about living that sleepy lifestyle, though. Sleep comes first, everything else second.
That's great. Actually, I mean, in your lyricism, you talk about sleep quite a bit. Was that sort of like something you conceived before the Dudewithswag name, or did that come as you were just making lyrics, or?
That came after. But it's like, I see a lot of people talk about positivity and all that, but to be positive, you gotta get your 8 hours sleep and eat properly. You're gonna be negative if you wanna get like 4 hours sleep and eating McDonald's all day.
It's crazy, man.
So I said I'd give people the science behind it. The science behind positivity. Get your 8 hours sleep and you'll be good.
Right. Does the name King Flora have like a deeper meaning to it, or was it just something you thought of?
That's pretty much a dude with swag when he's at his most preciousness. That's like I'm precious on a day-to-day basis, but when I'm King Flora, I'm like precious level 1000.
What does the word precious sort of mean to you? What is preciousness?
Just means like I said, I've got my 8 hours sleep and I'm ready for the day. I'm positive as fuck. Everything's good, the sun's out. That's just me being positive. And then there's Sulk Boy. He's all negative and shit.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask you. You have a song called "I'm Not a Goth, but I Hate This World." I wouldn't say that exactly radiates positivity. I would say that is the opposite end of Dudewithswag. What was that about? What was that?
That was Sulk Boy. He was pretending to be Dudewithswag, but it's a very negative song. It's like, I'm not a goth, but I hate this world. That's just how I felt that day. But normally I'm all like, love the world and get your sleep.
Right. That is a very admirable, actually. Positive energy is, I would say, like a more effective force in the world than negativity. All things considered, really.
Yeah, man. Of course.
All right.
Yeah, be positive. You're dark. Your life will suck.
Sort of. Your mic's sort of like clicking a little bit or something.
Is it?
Yeah, it's making a sort of like noise, but it stopped again. Okay, it's cool.
Well, maybe it was me and my phone. Sorry about that.
Oh, I don't know. There's a gosh, I lost my train of thought right there. You make beats quite often, and a lot of people just sort of use them and you give them out. Like I saw maybe yesterday you made one, and it was a I can't remember, something style beat. You just said to credit Dudewithswag. Do you enjoy? Do you think if you were tired of rapping, you would just move on to producing or something?
Yeah, because I was like producing for 2-3 years before I started rapping. It's really like the rapping was to help me promote my beats. But then I got attached to the rapping, and I knew I had the message of sleep, so I had to spread it. But I started off just making beats, and I'll always keep doing that because it's fun.
Right.
So I got it.
That's actually an interesting insight, because I've actually sort of been wondering and trying to piece together like the history of Dudewithswag. Like, where does your musical career begin, and how does it lead up to where you are today?
It leads back to, I'd say, about, well, like, I used to be at the bus stop for like hours, and I was kind of tired of just listening to radio and, you know, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift and all that bullshit. So I started listening to hip hop, and then it's just like, once, I think it was around maybe late 2012, 2013, I started getting an interest in making beats. And then I started making beats in the summer of 2013. And then around 2015, I started to do the swag shit.
Nice. You sort of, I've seen sort of like a weird evolution of your music as time goes on. I mean, where's it go next? How much farther can you push Dudewithswag?
It's going to the limit. Dudewithswag is never going to stop. I mean, there's so many people in the world, and everybody needs to sleep. Everybody needs to feel precious. So, you know, until everyone in the world feels those two things and gets their sleep, Dudewithswag won't stop.
Alright. I've seen some, I've just seen some sort of like things that you would write like in the public sort of arena on Facebook and in your freestyles and stuff. There's this element of like brashness, I would say. Do you sometimes write things with the intention of getting people's like ruffling people's feathers, or is that just something that's a side effect of your opinion?
I mean, I gotta keep people on their toes. You know, I mean, reality is cold, and I'm just like giving it to people in the simplest ways and
Yeah.
blame people.
Is there any element of the Dudewithswag persona that is sort of like, you know, like a self-aware parody of hip-hop? Or is everything totally authentic? And are you ever just joking? Like, are any of your songs just tongue-in-cheek and to be taken as sort of a joke? What do you think?
Nah, man, everything's 100% real. Dudewithswag never been a fake.
Alright. Sounds good to me. Wow. Do you ever, you know, hope to hear Dudewithswag on, you know, public radio or something?
I don't know, radio's kind of played out at this stage. It's like, I mean, I suppose radio will never really die because people will always be driving in cars and they need the radio in the background. But I don't know, it's not as important as it was like 20 years ago, if you want to get known.
I actually do agree. I think like the digital hemisphere of music, like Bandcamp and SoundCloud, have really have become the new radio in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, in this online age, you can have a Facebook and a YouTube, and you're probably, you know, just as well known to certain people as other radio artists.
Yeah, it's true. It's like you look at anyone popular now, like they came up through the internet. Like Lil B, he started all the kind of internet rapper and Soulja Boy, and it's kind of just kicked on from there. It's like it's rare you hear of a rapper famous just from the radio, unless they're an industry plant like Post Malone.
Unless they're an industry plant. How would you define an industry plant?
Someone who I haven't heard of, because I've heard of everyone in the underground that's popular now. But Post Malone just came out of nowhere. Even G-Eazy had like an underground a few years. He had a few projects. But Post Malone was just like, came out with that song. That's why he got dissed.
Could he possibly be, what's the thing that you say, an ISO? What are those?
An IOP.
An IOP, yes. An insomnia.
Opposition.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't fuck with them. They don't get their 8 hours sleep. And they're not precious at all.
How does one, you know, differentiate between, like, someone of the Sleepy Boys gang and an... Oh my gosh, I forgot it again. But, yeah, how would one differentiate the two?
What you mean? Someone in Sleepy Boys gang?
And an IOP, like, insomniac opposition.
Pretty much, it can be hard because there's a lot of IOPs that pretend to be part of Sleepy Boys gang. They pretend to get their 8 hours sleep, but we know they're not precious. They don't get their 8 hours sleep. You can see by how they post on Facebook. They might post something at 11 p.m. Then post another thing at like 4 a.m. They're not getting their 8 hours sleep. And they're also very negative. So that's pretty much how you can tell. It's hard, I know.
Do you ever feel like any feelings of guilt when you do not get your 8 hours of sleep?
I mean, that rarely happens, but yeah, it pretty much fucks up my day if I do. If I don't.
Alright. You have quite a few songs with Skylar Nelson. What can you tell me about sort of the relationship between you and PK Skylar?
That's my man. He was, I think it was like during the summer, he hit me up. I'm not sure. It's, you know, like Facebook, people just be adding each other randomly and all that. Or maybe he saw one of my posts in one of those groups. But he hit me up and he was like, I really fuck with this track and I have the beat for it. So I sent it on to him. And he came back and he made a dope track with it. And we were like cool from then on. And then we made a few songs together. And yeah, he's dope. He's how I got in touch with you, I think, as well.
I actually was sort of aware of Dudewithswag, but I was just talking to Skylar one day, and he sort of was like, hey, I don't even know what he said. I think he just mentioned your music and was like, oh, dude, he was talking about how you were retired, and he had this lyric in a song that was like, rest in peace, Dudewithswag, or something like that.
I think he made a song, yeah, about rest in peace, Dudewithswag. No, but he's been like one of my biggest supporters and collaborators as well over the last 6 months, so I got none but love for him.
So what sort of makes you laugh? I know a lot of fans like enjoy watching your freestyles, but what does Dudewithswag watch?
What do I like? I suppose probably some cliche, but I like Family Guy, South Park, all the comedies are made in America. I like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this because it's a British thing, but Idiot Abroad, Carl Pilkington, you know, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Yeah, his buddy, he pretty much runs that show. I like, I like funny videos on YouTube, I suppose. I watch a few YouTubers that like H3H3 is good, and PewDiePie's actually come on a lot. Like his videos now, and what else is there? Rice comes already as well.
Why do you include Leafy on that list of favorite YouTubers?
I mean, Leafy's fine, but every video was the fucking same. He was grand at the start, but it's like only so much of him you can take.
Yeah. I'm just sort
And
of.
then he dissed Dudewithswag, so R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. to him. So, like, what sort of numbers do you remember pulling, like, before the diss?
Before the Leafy diss, or
Yeah.
like any diss?
Before Leafy did his roast, like, what sort of effect would you say that had on your popularity overall?
Oh, it like, what was weird, it had like a huge hit on my popularity for like 2 weeks. Because it's like he was like at the peak of his YouTube career then as well. Like he was pulling in 5 million views a video. So I got like, I'd say maybe 2,000-3,000 subscribers off of it and a ton of views. But they all kind of died down within 2 weeks, because it's like most of his fans are hype beasts, and if you're not like getting 2 million views a video, they're not really interested. And then it kind of just went back down to the way it was before, when I was dissing rappers and the real ones recognised. Now the real ones still recognise SPG, and the fakes, they can do what the fuck they want.
I mean, speaking about the Leafy incident, sort of, I watched your video about it. One of them, the one where you're playing, where you have some gameplay and you're talking about it, and you show a clip from the roast, but I actually haven't been able to find the full roast. Like, what happened to it? Is it deleted off of YouTube, or?
I'm sure it's still up. What was it called? It's like, I think his shit got hacked, so he renamed it. But it was called like Most Anime Crazed Man on YouTube. He made 2 different videos. Like he made another one 2 weeks later on me, because I dissed him in a video called what was it? It was a girl bleaches in or girl, I don't know, bathes in bath of leaves and bleach.
Wow.
And I was in that video too. I'll send you a link after.
Yeah, sure. What in the same video, you mentioned that you like to watch A Dose of Buckley. Have you ever considered doing similar content to his, where you're just sort of, giving sort of like your thoughts on current issues or something?
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I don't know. I find when I do commentary videos, like they're not as easy as they look. They take like 7-8 hours to edit fully. Now, no, I just kind of rather just making music and freestyles and beat. I can kind of express myself more through that. Because it's like I only got into YouTube because it's like the best platform to put out your music. I got on the whole YouTuber side when like people start posting about me and Rice and Leafy.
What sort of, how many albums would you say that you have out already?
I'd say 15 to 20, something around there.
And under like different names, or just under the Dudewithswag name?
Well, I started off like as Crown Rebel Kid, and then, or Crown Rebel Og, which is Irish. Then I switched to Crown Rebel Kid, and I think I put my first beat tape, 2 beat tapes out under that name. Then I became Dudewithswag, and I put like, since I became Dudewithswag, I've had 14, 15 mixtapes as Dudewithswag.
Nice.
It's lit.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of internet attention on Dudewithswag. Have you ever considered bringing it into the the live setting, like a dude with swag, like tour of some kind?
Yeah, I would, but it's like the weird thing about me is I'm like more popular in the States, and then I'd say probably even more popular in Australia and New Zealand than I am in the UK or Ireland. So it's like not that many people know about me here. But it's like if all my fans lived in the one country, I could probably do it. But there'll be time for it.
Right. So you don't ever attempt to sort of like hit up open mic type scenes? Is that like not your thing? Or do you just prefer sort of producing out of like the comfort of your own home or something?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say no to it. Like, there's people that have offered me like to support different artists, but it's like in Ireland, people be mad haters. Like, they be begrudging everything you do. So if I support some American artists, they're just going to boo me, and it's just going to be shit. Dudewithswag too precious to be dealing with a bunch of haters and IOPs.
When do you sort of come up with these terms like IOP? Is it something you're just laying in bed at night and you're like, what's a good word for all these people? IOP.
It just comes naturally if you try and overthink it, like, and try and come up with shit. Like, that's how Dudewithswag, the name came to me. It just came naturally. I forget how I got it. Yeah. Sleepy Boys Gang as well. A lot of people say that's that I copied Zero Hoots Gang with that, but there was like Taylor Gang before that and loads of other gangs.
Lots of gangs historically, yeah. I mean, there is plenty of gangs to go around.
Yeah. We the Irish gang as well.
What rappers are sort of popping in Ireland? I'm not aware of the Irish scene myself personally.
Yeah, not too many people are. Well, Reggie Snow, he's popular enough in the States, but for the most part, the popular rappers are like MCs. Kind of MCs where they rap over house beats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. We got MC Lynchy, MC Pat Flynn. They're probably the most popular. They get they can do shows and sell it out. And then we have my man Rob Kelly, who did a few songs with me, Fist Bleak, and Sean Price. You know him?
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, they're just famous New York rappers. But Rob Kelly, he did a song with me as well. He's like the most popular. He was actually on a show out in the States. It was like it was kind of like the X Factor, but for rappers.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, he was on that show. If you look it up, Rob Kelly, Irish rapper, Macklemore, and I did a song with him.
I've actually heard your music. I've actually heard the term the white Irish Viper the rapper be applied to you. How do you sort of feel about that and Viper's music itself?
I don't really like the whole he the white or he the Irish version of this, because I'm just me. But I fuck with Viper to the full. Viper's a legend. He actually inspired me to do the whole, the King Flora with the green screen shit.
Yes, I've seen all of that,
Yeah, he inspired me to do that shit. He's a legend.
Have you ever considered sort of giving out your green screen footage to other people to edit? It's kind of like Viper does?
That'd be kind of that'd be biting, like, I just kind of have to come up with my own shit and start it.
Right. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah.
Like, what I was doing is, where I do diss videos, like, dissing all artists.
Yeah.
Like, when I get more popular and, like, I have more fan base, I'm going to do, like, custom-made diss videos. So it's like, say you want me to diss your cousin Anne. Tell me about Anne, what she works as, and I'll get on video and diss the fuck out of her.
So is this sort of something you do paid, or do you just do this for, like, fun?
Well, if I had the fan base, I'd do it for paid. But it's all about getting my name out there at the moment.
So you would diss anybody,
Yeah,
even like yourself.
yeah. Well, you'd have to pay like $1 million for that.
You'd have to pay $1 million for that.
But I'm not. I'll diss myself if I have to.
Oh man, I would actually be interested in hearing that. Do you sort of, you say that you were originally a producer and then you moved into rapping. Which one at this point do you see yourself more as, a producer or a rapper?
I say a rapper because being from Ireland, it's like there's not that many rappers. Well, there's not that many producers either, but I don't know. It's like YouTube's full of producers. It's kind of what my music as well. I don't kind of put myself in with all these other kind of rappers. I'm kind of different. So
There's sort of definitely something different going on with this sort of dude with swag material than a lot of other rappers I've seen around, I would say.
yeah, yeah, it's different to anything in Ireland anyway. Because like at the start, everyone was saying on Dudewithswag, but then they saw Dudewithswag getting more clout than them, so I started loving Dudewithswag. And people show love, I show love back. But I remember.
So, how did you start producing? Like, what year was it, and what sort of programs what were you using, and what sort of music were you making at first?
Got Ableton. Yeah, I got like this thing off eBay. It was like this keyboard. It's just like a 25 key keyboard. And I got that, and what came with it was an Ableton demo. So I just used that for 6 months. And then I just got the full FL Studio in about mid-2014. And ever since then, I've just been using that all the time. It's the easiest to work with.
Right. Do you sort of prefer working in... Wait, no. What would you say are the main differences for you between working in FL and working in Ableton? Like, what were your limitations before versus what you like about FL?
Ableton, it's like you have to like press forward. I don't know. It's like it's just harder work. I find that FL Studio kind of works better with your brain. It's like, oh, I want to put this there, and then I want to put the hi-hats over here. But with Ableton, it's like track 1, track 2, track 3. It's almost like maths. What the fuck is this? I just want to make music. So that's why I love FL Studio.
The fuck is this? I want to make music. The new Dude with Swag album.
You're onto something.
Have you started conceptualizing the next Dude with Swag record? I've listened to the entirety of Sleepwave, and I love it, of course.
Thanks, man.
What is the next Dude with Swag album?
Well, it might be like I already have like the cover in my head because somebody did some dope artwork. Jordan Lavoie, I think is his name. I'm not good with like American sounding names, but he made a dope cover. So I'll probably come up with the actual name for the album after I do all the songs. I know that song I dropped yesterday, More Precious Than Trump, is going to be on it, but I'm not sure what the title of the album is. I'll have to wait for it to come to me.
How many songs have you made about Trump? I mean, there was the freestyle, the Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump freestyle. I love that one. I must listen to that one like 7 times. There was a line in it that was stuck in my head, and I would say it to people at my college, and I can't remember, but it was something like, you sort of like subverted the rhyme. You were like, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, something, and then the fourth bar was like not what you were going to expect. I don't remember.
Where is it? Was this in a diss video or?
This was a diss video. Like, this was just you in your room, just sort of like, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, something. I don't remember.
Like, I can hardly remember the Donald Trump diss. It was like, you talk about getting rid of the immigrants. Why don't you get rid of that immigrant off the top of your head? You're always red. Or what was it? Why are you blushing? You're so inbred. You're your mother's cousin. I forget the rest of the lines, but I remember that video.
When it comes to Sleepwave, I especially loved Stripper on the Pole. I really, really did. Where did that song come from?
Oh no, I just like heard the dope sample, and then I was just like coming up with different melodies to go with it. And I was like, and then I don't know, I kind of had the whole beat was kind of sexy, so it made me think of a stripper. And then I was like, and it sounded 80s as well.
Shit for the stripper on a pole.
Yeah, it's kind of sounded 80s as well, so I was like, this that 80s shit with a stripper on
Oh,
the
it's
pole.
80s. I thought you said indie. That's what I've been saying when I've been singing it, like walking around. I've been like, this that indie shit.
Yeah, it works with that as well, if you want to keep it on mind.
No taken. Indie shit.
Yeah.
New bar.
I like it.
I mean, I would say you are definitely a part of the independent sphere. Like, everything you do is independent, of course, of the mainstream, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the mainstream. That's why a lot of people don't fuck with me in Ireland. It's like, there's mainstream, and then there's like, mainstream underground hip-hop, where it's like, every underground rapper rapping over the same beat, just spitting the same shit, like lyrical, spiritual, miracle individual. If you don't spit like that, the Irish, like, hip-hop channels won't fuck with you. So I do with Swag is completely different. And that's what I hate.
And that's what you hate?
That's why they hate.
Oh, that's why they hate. I was like, oh, wow, that got really, like, self-deprecating there. That's why I hate Dudewithswag.
Salt Boy almost tweaked in.
Do you ever consider making a song that, all these different personalities are jumping back and forth? Like, you could have Sulk Boy on the chorus and then, like, Dudewithswag on the verse.
Yeah, I meant to do it for Christmas, but I think I'll do it for St. Patrick's Day. And there might even be a fourth artist on. You never know, there might be a new one.
Have you started working on any new personalities in your raps?
Yeah, I've been coming up with a few, but I gotta keep it a secret for the moment. But
Yeah, lips are sealed.
yeah, a few months there'll be a new lad on the scene. One thing I fucked up with is, just as I got popular, I changed the name of my channel to King Flora. When, and my videos were like on Leafy and Rice Gums videos, so I lost probably a few thousand subscribers because of that, because I couldn't find the channel.
That's so crazy. That actually reminds me of, you just invited me to this Dudewithswag Facebook chat, and this girl mentioned Marilyn Manson, the ex-lead guitarist and co-founding member of Manson, Daisy Berkowitz. He actually quit the band 2 weeks before Sweet Dreams came out, or 2 months before Sweet Dreams came out. So that's just sort of bad timing. Examples of horrible timing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm weird in that I do stupid things, but I tend to be lucky. It's like, say, I'll leave the tap on downstairs, and the whole place could just go down. But then I'll get thirsty in the middle of the night, and I'll just get down to the tap before it floods up the whole garden.
Wow. Have you... is there something, some form of art that you like to create outside of music? Like, I don't know, do you sculpt?
Yeah, isn't that what you said? I used to sculpt a lot and paint. During my school days, I used to do a lot of, I did art in school. I was kind of shit at it though, because 40% was art history. And I was like, what the fuck? I just want to draw and shit.
I just want to draw and shit. The follow-up to what the fuck, I just want to make music.
It's starting to sound like a Tumblr chick or something.
starting to sound like a beautiful trilogy of albums. So we just need a third one.
I just want to sleep.
Fuck this shit. I'm going to sleep. That's the last one.
That'd be amazing.
Your albums, do you just sort of throw together albums single by single and just sort of throw them on the album, or do you actually think about, what if someone's listening to an album all the way through? Do you order the songs like in a specific way?
Yeah, it depends really. That's like the fun part, putting all the songs together. It's like for Sleepwave, I made sure that all the songs kind of had the same sound to it. That 80s funk. And it's like I did the same with Dreamland before, but the first Dreamland had a consistent sound as well. But Dreamland 2 had like all kinds of beats. Like you could say like they could have been on any mixtape. But the Sleepwave was cohesive.
Yeah, Sleepwave was cohesive. It had 2 intermissions, and the intro is, of course, pretty a great lead-in to Stripper on the Pole. Like, there's just something so great about the way the album starts out, and then your voice just comes in and is just like, oh, what's up? It's Dudewithswag. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're being invited on the big journey, and then like sort of like the beat drops. It's just like that 80s shit.
Yeah, man, that's how I wanted it to be. So I'm glad that's how you feel like.
Right. Like you wouldn't make that like the last track on an album. That wouldn't be an album closer for you.
No, that wouldn't make sense. Has to make sense. Like I want everyone to listen to every track on a mixtape, not just like one track here, one track there.
Right. Have you ever written a song that you felt sort of didn't fit your Dudewithswag persona? Like, did you ever write a song that, I don't know, maybe it was like a death metal song about slitting your wrists in the forest of infinite winter, and then you were like, oh, this is too Sulk Boy?
I did do a song right there called I'm Lost. Well, what was it called? Jeez, I can't even remember the name of my own songs. There's a song called it might have been I'm Lost or something, but basically it was a story about I didn't get my 8 hours sleep and how I was like fucked up for the whole day, and in the end of the song I died because I get ran over by a car. So it was pretty much a song telling people that if you don't get your 8 hours sleep, this is what could happen to you. But then at the end of the song I explained that it wasn't actually me, I was just telling a story. So I've been down some dark places in my music.
Have you, I don't know, do you ever, because I'm laughing now, there's just something, although, like, I agree that there's sort of like this thought that, sleep and like a healthy diet, it makes you like a happy, healthy person. But do you ever write some of this stuff and you find yourself like, I don't know, laughing a little bit at the sleep concept that it all seems to like revolve around?
I suppose. But, at the end of the day, sleep is important. I think there's too many people in the world not getting their 8 hours sleep for people to laugh at it. So, I won't really be laughing that much. I'll just be making hits.
Yeah, what was there an album, what was there a line on the sorry, on this Sleepwave album that, you wrote and then you found yourself like laughing at it? Like, it was just so funny to you.
I don't really write, really. I just like come up with a hook in my head, and then once the beat goes on, I just like spit off the top.
I actually was going to ask you about that. If your writing style was more, line by line or just off the top.
But like the Precious by Trump song is a weird one in that like I actually stopped and would come up with kind of punchlines in my head, but up to that point it's like all my lines are on the spot. And if I do a verse that's just completely trash, I'll just like get rid of it and try again. But I just prefer to do it that way because it's like when I'm writing, it just feels like poetry in English class in school and shit. I just kind of write it.
Yeah.
Music's fun. That's why I like doing it.
Fuck this poetry shit. I just want to make music. The 2.3 EP. I don't know. Whatever. You're like fucking wheezing, dude. You're like. Great. Oh. No, it's cool. There's a. You know. What was your first album?
First one was Summer Bash. Summer 2015 had the hit single Trippin' Like a Sponge and Stuntin' Like a Koala Bear. That was a classic album, or classic. That's probably the closest thing I've ever had to an EP, because normally my shit be like 14, 20 tracks long, but that was only like 5 or 6.
Have you ever considered, you know, getting more well-known rappers for like features, like a bus driver or like an open mic eagle, who are sort of like in this lower level where they would collaborate with you know, sort of internet artists? Or are you just kind of like, I want to rap me and my friends and we just do this on our own?
Yeah, I'm up for both really. It's like I was talking about that Rob Kelly fella, like he's pretty popular, so he asked to get on my song, Mr. Polo Man, so I did a song with him. But I've never like reached out to artists that are higher up than me or on the same level and asked him to get on a song. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm gonna just make the music I like, and if people fuck with it, they'll fuck with it.
Speaking of polos and stripper on the pole, the chorus, you can... Wait. Okay, well, let's get this straight. Is it, you can fuck my bitch, but you can't take my polos?
It's you can steal my bitch, but you can't steal my polos. As in,
right.
Polos are more important to me than my bitch.
Funny story. When I heard that, Skylar hadn't explained the concept of polos to me. So I thought you were wearing like a shirt like a polo. Like you had a closet full of polos.
It's kind of, I think what someone said is lightsabers are kind of mints where you live. Lifesavers are lightsabers, yeah.
I figured it out when I saw the music video.
Yeah. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Have you ever considered having your instrumentals made by other people besides you?
Yeah, I've used quite a few instrumentals by other people. I don't know, to be honest, I'm kind of flexible with it. I can make beats and I can appreciate when there's another good beat as well, and I'll use it like if I think I can make a good song. Some of my best songs have been like on other people's beats.
Such as?
Look at All This Ice. What was that song? SBG Anthem. Look at All This. Shoot Him in His Butt Cheeks. That was someone else's. And So Precious. That was someone else's beat. So
do you I don't know what I would call it. Like, with a title like Shoot Him in His Butt Cheeks, are you just aiming to, like, get a reaction out of somebody? Or was it just... I haven't heard that song, so I don't know the lyrical subject matter, but, like, what is the thought behind something like that?
it's pretty much just letting fuck boys know that they don't want to fuck with Dudewithswag, or we'll shoot them in their butt cheeks. That's how crazy we are.
Who would you say are like members of the Sleepy Boys gang?
Well, it's all kind of different members. Like, obviously I'm the main one, so I'm the creator and I'm the one that like reps it the most, but pretty much anybody that supports can say that they're a part of SBG. any rapper that collabs, even Skylar, he said he's a part of SBG. You know, all the people in the SBG chat, they're all a part of SBG. So really, it's open to anyone once you're non-IOP.
Yeah. What would you say is the what would be the process to collaborating with Dudewithswag?
I don't really make as much music as I used to, so it's kind of weird, but I don't know, if you have a nice song, I might remix it, or if you hit me up with a cool beat, I might get on it, but I don't just be collabing like every day like I used to in 2015. It's just like tiring and I got work and shit.
What do you do for work?
Mainly I just paint and do garden shit.
Right. And what sort of art do you make, painting wise?
I don't do art, I like paint out.
Oh, right.
Message.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. I was like, oh, the garden work was the main thing, and then the painting was like the side thing. But I was like, oh okay, the
No,
painting is like.
It's the other way around.
I was like, is Dudewithswag secretly like a sensitive painting prodigy?
It might be.
What sort of like, you know, what songs would you say of yours are the most like, are the songs that you feel are the most personal and authentic to yourself?
I suppose Lucky Irish Man, because I'm Irish and I'm lucky. Polo, even Polo Man. People think that's a joke just because I'm rapping about mints, but I've been like eating mints for years, and those polos have always been my favourite mints. So that's a personal song, and true to Dudewithswag. Really, all my songs are true. It's just people think that I don't know. I don't always try and be the hardest of hard rappers, so they think I'm just goofy, but still true to Dudewithswag. Yeah, man.
What sort of occupation did you see yourself taking up in like grade school or something? Like, when I grow up, I want to be Dudewithswag.
I want to be e-college soccer, but over here like a football player, like a soccer player.
Oh.
But yeah, I wasn't really good enough, so then it was kind of just
Song
like
Boy's coming out. Song Boy's coming out.
That's right. No, but once I turned like 16 or 17, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to be. And it's weird because that's like when I did all the big exams. So then I did like, multimedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that in like not a university, but in community college. And then I did e-computing and business. And then I was like, nah, fuck college. I'll just make my money some other way.
Fuck college. I'll make my money some other way. New album.
That's good.
That is some good material.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered, making some sort of like grandiose concept record out of Dudewithswag? Like, each song would be a piece of like a larger story, or would it just be like kind of tiresome for you?
I wouldn't rule it out. I'd say like I'd have to be in the zone. Like, are you talking kind of like a concept album, like Kendrick Lamar or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe. It's like I kind of did one where was The Adventures of Prince Fly. That was a mixtape I did in 2015, where it's like the start of the mixtape was me waking up, and then by the end of the mixtape I was going to sleep. That's about the closest I've come to doing that concept.
Have you ever considered inverting this, like, kind of like, what if you had a mixtape, and I'm sort of like pitching free ideas here, but what if you had a mixtape where like where like you try to go to sleep in like the intro, and then you realize that, and then you realize like you couldn't sleep anymore, and so you're on this adventure to try to sleep again.
It sounds like fun. I have to nearly make it into a movie as well. You know, that's what people will start doing. You know, way back in the past, there'd be a good book and they'd make it into a movie. They take Dudewithswag mixtapes and make it into a movie. Be lit.
Dudewithswag mixtapes, the sleep wave, the film. I feel like that. I feel like that would be one of those like abstract art films where it's just like waves of color, and then you just sort of like hear reverberating. Go to fuck to sleep.
Yeah, that'd be good. Or you could kind of have it faded into distance. Just sort of the whole mixtape. Just that 80s shit.
Have you like considered a audiobook? Dudewithswag audiobooks.
What would that be? Where they you open the page and it's just Dudewithswag talking.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, like classic stories. Well, like, but you would change the wording from like what it actually is on the page. Like, I don't know. Just think of any classic story, really. Just just the Dudewithswag edition. Oh wait, no. YouTube miniseries. Sleepy Time with Dudewithswag. It's like Dudewithswag versions of bedtime stories.
That sounds like a good idea. It's kind of, or you could just do it with like different diss videos, different disses.
Yes.
Turn the page, Donald Trump, Dudewithswag dissing him. Turn the page, it's Lady Gaga, Dudewithswag dissing him. Sounds like a good one.
Have you ever like dissed like your own mother or something?
I said one line where it was like, what I say? I never gave a fuck about anyone, not even my own mom. I love you, mom. But I said I love you, mom, straight after it, because I knew that wasn't nice. So no, I wouldn't diss any family members, unless it was like €2 million.
€2 million. Have you considered... Gosh, have you considered the phrase of the day? Have you ever, you know, made a diss and then, you know, you heard it and you thought, oh, well, I'll go back and I'll make a song out of this. I actually like the lyrics here.
Yeah, I've taken a few lyrics from a few songs. Or, I mean, I've taken a few lyrics from a few disses. I think I used, I don't know why, because it's not even that good of a line, but it was like, I go harder than a Russian. I said it in a Leafy diss, and I just used it in a song, so I don't know. Russians are hard.
Okay, right. I mean, I'm also known for really bad punchlines, because, like, I don't rap, personally, but when I attempted to once, and I was rapping about Viber, and I said me and Lee Carter go together like butter, but I wasn't like butter on like toast. I just said like we go together like butter.
We go together like jam.
Yeah, it's not like jam on something, it's just sort of, you know, just jam. We go together like jam.
I like it. Might rob it.
Please rob it. It was really bad when I did it.
I'll rob it and shout you out.
Sweet. I was wondering, because we're getting at the 53-minute mark, we could go a little bit over an hour, just in case, like maybe like an hour and 5 or an hour and 10 or something. But you know, I kind of want to get to like closing stuff, I suppose. I was wondering if I could get an Umbra freestyle or diss or something.
Yeah, try it live right now.
Okay. Yeah, live.
This goes out to that bitch ass Umbra. You make podcasts. The last time you made a podcast, I was fucking your bitch. You claim you the man, but you're not even legit. Come down to Cork, I'll throw you in the ocean. Who the fuck you think you is, causing all that commotion? You hit me up on Facebook. I was like, wait, look, to my bitch. She was like, who's this crook? I was like, his name is El Umbra. He took an L, trying to fuck with me. I'm gonna kill El Umbra, cause I'm a real G. Dudewithswag, Sleepy Boys gang.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
There was certainly, like, I'm still not sure what to do with this show, because, it sort of started out as like an interview thing, and then it went to a conversation thing, and then it went to just a podcast. So, it really is changing all the time. I really don't know, but I know it's always going to be me chatting with other people, just conversating.
Yeah, that's the best way to do. You come up with your own shit. It's like, those people do interviews, but if you're just like having a conversation, it's kind of different.
Yeah, kind of is. There's a how do you sort of start on a new song when you're making one?
Well, normally what I do is I go through different kind of stages. I might make 20 beats in a few days, and then I might make a few songs, or else I might, like I said, if I come across a nice beat, I'll just hop on that straight away. But mostly it's just I think of a project and I make all the beats for the project first, and then I come up with the songs to fit it. That's how I work.
How does Dudewithswag want to be remembered going into, maybe like 30 years from now? How would you like to be remembered?
The boy that told people about the importance of sleep. Or the precious boy.
Precious boy.
That real Irish tree. No.
Sorry, you were saying something?
No, man.
No, my man. Gosh, I tried to do my own parody style Dudewithswag this to Skylar once, but I don't remember what it was. It was something like, we're on Skype, and I was like, Skylar Nelson, if you were a piece of wood, I would belt sand, 'cause you're a useless stoner, fuck, who smokes too much weed. You need to go to bed. Sleep is what you need. Something like that.
I'm surprised you're still friends after you went in that hard on him.
Oh no, I love Skylar. I do love him.
Yeah, he's real G. You're cool with Linus and Tobias as well, are you?
Yes. Toby and I actually... Linus I've known since probably 2013, and then Toby, we are working together on an album right now. We did this little EP called L-Wave that was sort of like a dancey, noisy thing, and now we're working on sort of like a more live instrumentation thing, like kind of like 90s alt rock kind of thing. It's very interesting because it's all over the internet.
That's good, yeah. The internet's like brought people together that like wouldn't have known each other at all.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is such a powerful like tool to, get your message across, and it's really given everybody a voice,
yeah,
and everything a forum to exist.
It's one of the positive things about the internet, because the rest of it is like cancer.
Because the rest of it's cancer.
Yeah.
Dudewithswag techno album, The Internet is Cancer. .hack/.
Oh yeah. That sounds.
I'm just chock full of these ideas. I'll just keep pitching. Until I get I don't know, baseball analogy, something, I don't know. Gosh, we're on the last couple questions here. And none of these are written down. These are all off the dome. Like, everything has just come off the dome for this one.
Respect.
Mad respect.
That's how I rap. So
That's how I rap.
that's how I should be interviewed as well.
I said something similar to Skylar. I said something like, man, have you ever written down any lyrics ever? And he's like, oh, I wrote down lyrics for this, this, and this. But, you know, for every song he has like that, there's always like at least 3 freestyles like that come from him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the easiest way, really. Like, you want to make music, it's just fun. It's like, I don't know, I don't even get people that are like that into lyrics, like, you know, putting triple entendres or quadruple entendres and similes and all that kind of shit. I just say punchlines and rap off the top. It's the funnest thing to do.
What?
And then,
Where does this influence come from? Like, what kind of rappers were you listening to that influenced your flow, you'd say?
I listen to all kinds. I listen to, you know, Big L.
Oh yeah.
I listen to, like, way back, I used a lot of 3-6 Mafia. I listen to
Pitbull. Pitbull
No.
influenced your flow.
do you know DJ Quick?
Yes, actually, he was part of that whole like West Coast Compton scene in the early '90s.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of him. And even Biggie, I like him as well.
Right.
So that's kind of how I got my flow. I like Lil B too, shout out him.
A freestyle dish just came in my head. Yo, fuck the East Coast, fuck the West Coast. I'm in fucking Ireland.
The best coast.
The best coast.
Yeah.
Best coast, no coast.
Best coast to cut your
If you
throat.
try to bust, I'm a ghost. This shit's so fire. It's so fire, man.
Should put it down.
Okay.
I actually had, did you ever hear this? I actually had somebody make a full project pretending to be me.
Really?
Yeah. I'll link it to you there after this.
You should link it. Yeah.
Is some, I think it was some lad down in Miami. Yeah, but he made a full project pretending to be me. So I used to have the squeaky voice. And that's what he did.
Have you ever considered moving to the States?
I don't know, your country seems to be kind of getting fucked up of late, but I don't know, I kind of like Ireland. I'm from Cork. It's like everyone here doesn't leave.
Everyone here doesn't leave the new Sulk Boy album.
No, it's like the rest of Ireland, everyone moves. I think we're like way above on most Irish born but living abroad, you know, like for our population. But Cork is like everyone stays there because we love Cork.
Yeah.
Would you come out to Ireland?
I should come out to Ireland, yeah. We could collaborate on a new concept album, the Umbra Dudewithswag album. It'd be like
We're
a
not
mix
taking
of
any
like,
L's except for L. That should be your album. I'm not taking any L's except for El Umbra.
Oh my gosh. So many ideas. I am working on a solo album, a sort of like Princey, if Prince like just started making music in 2016 kind of thing. But so like hard, you know, to like make a song and then say, okay, that's gonna be on an album that, you know, that you really like, going over with a fine-tooth comb. Is just sort of like, when are you done, when is it, and when is it really ready? And even fucking Neon Indian, I met him backstage at a show, and I was telling him about my album, and he just goes, dude, just finish it and let people hear it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you can overthink it, like. That's what I find with mixtapes. It's just like, right, that's the project. People can love it, load it.
What sort of differentiates a mixtape from an album for you?
I don't know, is there much difference anymore, to be honest? It's like, oh no, whenever I think of an album, I kind of just picture a CD. I don't really think of like albums on the internet. I just like picture a CD, but when I think of a mixtape, it's always on the internet, or even an EP, that's on the internet as well.
You did get to hear Stripper on the Pole on No Talent Collective 5. I was actually told that you heard the whole album.
Yeah, I heard most songs. I'll have to go back and listen, but I liked one song. It's like a guitar sample. Well, I liked a lot of songs, but one song that I really liked was the guitar one,
July
number
4th.
4. Yeah, that's
July
it.
4th.
That's it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that one actually, that was a lot of different things, but I actually put that one together. I sort of like, this album, it was sort of like a lot of different musicians coming together, and we wanted to have a song that was like a band, so we had Alberto Ticozzi, and he our Italian friend, and he sent that guitar part, and I was just like, well, if I EQ it to where it sounds kind of like trebly, and then I have like Abraham's like fat bass coming in, and then I like do all these effects on Sertaj's solo, and I sort of engineer this all together, then it's gonna kind of sound hip-hoppy with its production. So
Yeah, it's definitely sound good, alright.
that was
That
the
was
goal.
a dope. Yeah. And that, well, your name is the new project, or what?
Huh?
The name of your clique, is it a clique or is it like just collective? What's the name of your gang again?
The No Talent Collective.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The No Talent Collective.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Harvey Fells at all?
I think I was friends with him at one stage. I don't know what
Like
happened.
really, really tight with Skylar.
Yeah, I definitely heard of him.
Yeah, I mean, he had all these raps where he would always come back to the lyric like, I have no talent. So I was like, why don't we make a collective?
I like it, that's a dope idea. No
And-
Talent Collective.
Then we actually started making good music, and so people don't get that it's like a joke. Like, the name is a joke. Like,
That's what people think, Dudewithswag. That all my music is trash just because they think the name's goofy. I don't think the name's goofy. The name's just real. And Dudewithswag makes dope music as well.
if my name was Goofy, my name would be Goofy. A new bar for you.
Thanks.
Have you ever like been inspired by like, I don't know, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or any? Are you ever inspired by different works, like, I don't know, like books or anything, lyric wise?
Not really. I kind of just inspire myself.
I just inspire myself. That's actually something that Prince said. Somebody asked him like what music he listened to, and he basically said mine.
Yeah, it's
Um,
I felt like, you know, the way you were talking about how it's hard for you to finish an album.
yeah.
I found when I'm like listening to too much other music, I kind of start doubting my own shit. I'm kind of thinking, well, this isn't as good as what he or she did, and then it's like it's not productive at all. It's just easier if you just work on your own shit and come up with your own thing.
Have you were there ever like, was there ever a moment where, you know, I mean, you have these retirements, but it always seems like you come back. Was there ever a moment where you were like, I'm gonna leave and never come back?
Whenever I leave, it's always like, though, I'm leaving because now I'm going to do commentary videos, or I'm leaving because now I'm going to push my beats more. But every time I say I retired, I felt like retiring. It wasn't a marketing scheme or nothing. I don't know, you get uninspired, and then within a few days you're inspired again. So you never know, I'll probably never stop rapping. But I'll retire a lot.
Dudewithswag, the perpetual rap, the album.
You better be writing all these down.
They're all in my head, and I have the audio, so I'll probably run back through this, so, you know.
Be good.
Yeah.
It's evidence anyway for us. When somebody comes along, hears this and robs our ideas.
Robs them all.
Don't rob our ideas.
Don't rob our ideas. Dudewithswag, Umbra. Gosh, I mean, I've been listening to your music for a while, so in sort of like a closing, there was, I mean, there is not a real G. Do you think the fact that that song is so popular is because of the Leafy thing, or is it because of the song itself? Like, do you see it as your best song, or the song you kind of want to be remembered for, or is there like a different song that you?
I don't really see how like Not a Real G is any better than So Precious or Polo Man. I guess this guy it's a song he saw, and he just felt the need to roast me over it. And I don't know, I gained a lot of fans from it as well. Did you see the video? You said you didn't, but he actually didn't kind of roast me. He was like, I like this song, but I think he just thought the dance moves were funny, and the the sweatshirt, he thought that was fun.
Yeah, I have noticed this hoodie motif that you have. Is that like intentional, or do you just like wearing hoodies?
I like wearing hoodies. I wear all things. Wear t-shirts, hoodies, anything. Actually, most of my videos I'm not wearing anything. Like when I'm wearing pants and shit. But
When you're like humping your like teddy bear, Lady King Florvid.
yeah, I was just in my jocks.
I'm just in my. Alright, could you freestyle us out?
Alright. Young Dudewithswag came in the game. Fuck boys mad cause they're not as skillful with their brain. I'm insane. Never been a plain Jane. Quick to pull up on you like the planes did with 9/11. Fuck boy mad cause I'm like a legend and they're like irrelevant. Talking all that shit. You need to address the elephant. You will never be famous. Young Dudewithswag gon' leave that fuckboy nameless. Shout out Umbra. We gon' pull up on all these boys and fuck their bitches. Boys be talking that shit till they end up with stitches. Sleepy boys gang, we never gon' die. Keep talking that shit. You gon' end up deader than a fly.
That was great, and that was a great interview. And that has been, the El Umbra podcast for today. Thanks everyone for listening, and thank you, Dudewithswag, for coming on, of course.
Shout out Umbra. Subscribe.
Thanks.